Welcome back to episode 90 of Prescription. Whenever a group of people in an organization feel the need to generate new ideas, one of the first techniques or strategies that gets thrown up is brainstorming. It's almost like a knee-jerk reflex, but brainstorming by itself is not a very good idea. It's not a good source of generating valuable suggestions and valuable proposals for action. Quite recently, I came across an article in no less than the New Yorker magazine, which talks about a unique approach, a fresh look at how you could brainstorm more effectively. And yes, you guessed it right. This was with using the tool that everybody is talking about all the time, and that is artificial intelligence, more specifically the poster child, ChatGPT. Now, before we dismiss this out of hand, let's give it a look. There are three specific problems with conventional brainstorming. First and foremost, it favors extroverts. All of us have been in those situations where one or maybe a handful of very forceful, dominant people will completely overshadow everybody else the whole session, and quiet, reflective, introverted people, quite often those with the best ideas, never get heard at all. So that's a major problem. The very nature of brainstorming is one where we keep saying that no idea is stupid enough to be thrown out. So it emphasizes quantity over quality, and if the truth be told, you most often get superficial ideas. You seldom get anything really profound. And lastly, brainstorming promotes groupthink. There is a natural tendency when a group of people get together to favor consensus over originality. It's more important to be seen as going along with the crowd than to stand out and say, hey, I disagree. And groupthink is again a very important drawback of the conventional brainstorming. Now let's look at how this new tool can make a huge difference. First and foremost, it's patient and unbiased. You can spend hours and hours talking to it, it won't tire, and it won't also look at you with a kind of sneer or saying, what are you saying, that kind of stuff. Dumb questions are tolerated without any fear of being censured or being made to look small. This is also one of the reasons why, as a counseling technology, these tools are really finding favor. People prefer to talk to them because there's nobody watching over their shoulder, so to speak. In addition, because of the vast pool of information from which it draws ideas, it can throw analogies, metaphors, it can promote cross-disciplinary thinking in fashions that are really quite extraordinary. And of course, all of this is done in seconds. What would take you hours of browsing or mechanically going through a library can be done in speed of light, so to speak. However, one of the problems with using these tools is not being armed with the right techniques. We talk about today what's called prompt engineering, where an essential part of dealing with this technology involves asking questions, that is, in prompting the machine in a well thought out, structured fashion. You start broad, and then as the sessions move along, you narrow down and focus more precisely on what you want to do. You also have to be willing to play around with it. I mean, even an an infinite number of possibilities exist for exploring, for taking the ideas, remixing them, and throwing it back at the machine, for questioning down pathways that can be quite divergent. And all in all, it can be a source of enormously original thinking and ideas. And lastly, of course, you wouldn't just take this all and dump it. You have to use your own judgment, and this is where personal creativity and the personality of the individual matters. And you have to use your judgment to refine and filter the output that comes out. Now, there is a fear that this technology will replace humans, that it will, in some magical way, make us redundant, but that's not true. AI won't replace human creativity. What it will do is it will serve to amplify the effectiveness of those who know how to use it wisely. It's essential that you know how to deal with this technology today and not run away from it. Thank you very much for staying with me during this presentation. If you liked it, please share it with people who may enjoy it, repost it, subscribe to my newsletter. Prescription has been around for almost 2 years now, and the contents and back issues are archived at my website, prescription.com. Please remember there's a hyphen between the P and the R. Thank you very much and have a good day.